Hello again. According to Chancellor of the Exchequer Rishi Sunak, high inflation is causing acute distress for the people of this country. You'll notice he speaks of high inflation as though it was some freakish anomaly which arose out of the blue like an unexpected bout of bad weather. This is of course absurd. It is governments which produce inflation by their financial policies. If you print lots of money and then borrow as much as you can as well, then you'll end up with inflation. This is pretty well what the government's been doing for years now with so-called quantitative easing. As for paying almost everybody in the country to stop working and stay at home, which is what the furlough scheme entailed, what actually did people think would be the result of that? Where did they imagine all that money was coming from? Did they really think that it was some sort of glorious free holiday and that they would never have to pay that money back and it wouldn't cost them anything? I wonder. This is why we have a cost of living crisis, because prices are rising rapidly and they're outstripping incomes. Too much money is floating around and so it buys less and less. Think Weimar Germany, when people had to go shopping with a wheelbarrow full of banknotes. That's inflation. Too much money which is worth less and less every day. The remedy is, of course, to try and make sure that there is less money about, and this will gradually mean prices slow down and stabilise. This government solution seems to be precisely the opposite of this. They're going to hand out £21,000 million this autumn and hope that this will help people who have been badly affected by high inflation. Of course, throwing more money into circulation in that way is like chucking petrol on a fire. Inflation will really take off this autumn and prices are going to shoot up. The reason that all this is being done, all this extra money being handed over to every household, has nothing to do with fighting inflation at all. It is a bribe. After the shocking contents of the report into the behaviour at Downing Street, it was obvious that the Prime Minister would have to do something to restore his popularity and try and get people to vote for him again. Nothing makes somebody more popular than handing out free money. Never mind that it will cost us all a great deal more in the long run, just as furlough payments did. In the short term it looks great. Dish out £400 each to every household, and perhaps when prices rise the following year and the value of their savings fall as inflation eats into them, the electorate won't make the connection between government profligacy and galloping inflation. Personally, I'm not at all sure that the British are this stupid. I think most people will see right through this free money trick and realise that it's going to cost them an awful lot in the future.